Okay, so here's a really. He was checking. He's like looking down the line, sitting here, right? He's checking it out here. He switches his head to look over there. So he's sitting there. He's like, okay, something looks interesting. He's looking left, at right as he turns his board around, right? He's watching the face. And then he also is like, okay, what's happening on this side of it? Let's watch the peak. Starts paddling. He's looking at the peak. Okay, now he's looking straight ahead. And now he's looking down the line. So basically when he feels the wave just start to suck him up, looks down, switches to down the line. Seems to be the most consistent. Yeah, and he's looking down a little bit. He's looking down the line the whole time. So yeah, that's when the wave starts to pick him up. I think that's kind of when it should be too. His ass is never above his head. That's the other thing, right? Let's do this here. Let's take a couple screens. Okay. Using the glide thing. Yeah, so that's really interesting. Yeah. So, okay, so here's another one. Okay, so you can see that here Josh is watching the peak. He's paddling out to it. Also before he's probably watching, look at him. Paddling out to, he's looking at the whole thing right now. He's looking at this. You can see the whole thing. I know his pro surfers always did that a lot differently. Okay, now he's like, okay, watching the peak. Peak's right there. Okay, so he feels sucking up the face. It's right when the wave starts to suck you up the face, it seems like. Yeah. That's interesting. I'll take a photo of that too. And then he's looking down the line, a little bit down, but yeah, he's doing the two-stroke takeoffs. He's good. And again, this is a bit more of a critical takeoff, but his butt is never above his head. Yeah. Yeah. And this one he goes straight into a bomb turn here. That's an advanced maneuver to cut back. Cut backy thing. Yeah, anyway. Here's another one. This one's interesting because he's actually looking, he's actually paddling in earlier. So he'll come from the left of the screen here. See how he's always stroking. He's looking down the line already. Because the wave is picking him up. So this time he committed a little bit earlier. Before he was starting to look down the line like there. But I guess this one he was a little too far out, so he was just paddling. Which is interesting. Let's take a look at this pop up on the side too. Let me take a few photos of this. So he's kind of faded here, but you can see he's paddling laterally a little bit towards the peak. He's watching it. He's like, okay, there's the peak, you know, he spotted it, and then now he switches it down the line, right? he's looking over here. And then he switches to down the line. Yeah. Here, switch down the line as the trough of the wave is touching him. And that's interesting because that actually gives him time to probably see section coming up, doesn't it? Yeah, it probably does. And then again, pop up, you know. Angling. Okay, so it's like the sequence really then is like pedal laterally and out so you can see the whole wave. Once you feel like you're in the right position and the wave trough is approaching, you then switch your look to the way. This gives you a little second to like look at what's coming at you up the line. Note that he's looking like up here, right? Like even just that's something I'm not doing. Even just this little like this from here to like there, he's still kind of looking down the line, which is probably only 2 seconds, right? Yeah, it's about 3 seconds, isn't it? So he's got 3 seconds. That's more than enough time to look down the line, like way down the line, Shansang, and you can see if there's a bump coming down there, and you can basically see if he's going to do a setup turn or a setup pump, pop and pump, or deep bottom turn, right? And then he just puts his head down in the paddles like we all do, but he's still looking and angled in the right direction. Look how angled he is. Hard to tell from this vantage point, but okay, so it's peak. Look at the peak until the trough touches you. Then it's up the line and kind of start angling a little bit, and then it's paddle until you. Okay, so you don't really. Does he look? Not really. You just come out and say. So that's interesting. He might actually be determining his angle more so. Maybe he's determining his angle earlier. And then he's going to set his line. And he's adjusting it as he paddles a little bit there. And yeah, as he's popping up. Ooh, there's a little pause there, right? There's a jankier pop up too. Yeah. There's no pause though. Yeah, that's nice. Little pump trend, that's what I need to get into. Yeah, but the cool thing is, so it's basically like the sequence then is peak till the trough, down, up the line, on the line, roll up, like pretty good up. He didn't do as much this time. He cut it short, probably because it's a little more critical takeoff. Yes, let's roll up and scoot. That's great. And he's almost like on his other knee, isn't he? Looks like his back foot does hit first. And then he's off on his toes, ready to pump, but at no point was his ass higher than his head, right? And it's that versus like I'm doing a pretty flat arch, and then yeah, that's completely different, right? Like I'm head down, on the head down, ass up, you know. This looks totally different. So yeah, I think that's what we gotta work towards there. Okay, so let's watch it from the beginning, just to get together now. And sometimes you don't see the pro surfers when they're already these videos. Yeah, okay, so trough. Is he angling there? No. There's a slight pause, but so peak. Oh, there you go. He's looking at it. Just looked at it again. Yeah, look left. So peak to the trough, up the line. It's a bit of an odd one because it's peak, trough. Oh, I see. He's looking at in the first frame. He's looking at the peak. There he is. He's looking up here. So peak till the trough. Peak, suck. So it's peak, suck. Roll. Scoot. Hands and toes. That's what it is. So it's actually a simpler. Peak, suck, up, line, roll, scoot, roll, pause, roll. That's it. Yeah. Let's just watch a few of them together then, okay, in real time. Okay, so this is a more critical takeoff. He's already looking down the line, so up. There's no time for a pause. Ooh, that was a quick transition there. Oh, he's already there. He's already in the roll up, scoot. His ass is still below his head, even that critical steep of a takeoff, eh? Crazy. Okay. And that is interesting as well, actually. It's like how... Oh, like that. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so let's see the next one here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so you can see in the thing he's watching the peak, and then he goes up the line, and then he goes peak again because he's unsure, and then he goes up the line. So it's like peak, trough, up, the line, peak, trough, up, peak, trough, up, sorry, peak, suck, up, roll, peak, suck, up, pause, roll, scoot, toes and hands. Yeah, that's it. So it's peak, suck, peak, suck, up, pause, roll, scoot, hands and toes. Yeah. Awesome. Peak, trough, up, pause, scoot, roll, scoot, hands and toes. Oops, yeah, this one again, he's like, again in the freeze frame, it's, I don't know what's going on here, but peak, trough, up, pause, roll, scoot, hands, toes. Peak, trough, pause, roll, scoot, hands, toes. Nice. Here we go. Peak, suck, right? Oops. Start back here. He's looking up here, right? Peak, suck, up. Peak, suck, up, pause, roll, scoot, hands and toes. Suck, peak, suck, up, pause, roll, and scoot, hands and toes. It's a middle bottom turn. You can just do those, eh? That's cool. Sweet. There you go. Another one. Peak, suck, up, pause, roll, scoot. Actually, it's just say roll and scoot. Fuck. Maybe I'll just modify that, eh? I mean, this guy's a pro, but it doesn't really seem like they do pause much. A little glide. Yeah, okay. So peak. This is actually a better one. This is a much better one. Peak. Suck up. Glide. Roll. Yeah, that's right. Glide, roll. Yeah, fucking simplified it. I mean, you do have enough time if you're looking up. You don't need the other one. Oops. Okay. See this again. It's a great example, actually. Okay, so peak, suck, up, roll, scoot, hands and toes, surfboard, pet the cat. That's exactly what it is, eh? Fucking rad. Okay, so peak, suck, up, roll and scoot, toes and hands and toes, surfboard, pet the cat, hips forward, boom, bam. Yeah. Fucking awesome, okay. Okay, peak, suck, up. Oh yeah, see, he was too far inside on that, or too far outside, so he had to put his head down paddle, which is his life, right? But yeah, he's looking down the line. So peak, suck, up, roll, scoot, roll. You have to complete the roll. I think that's the key. Don't cut off the roll. So maybe we can even just do roll to shorten it. Scoot, peak. Peak, suck, up, line, roll, feet and toes. Oops, hands. Whoops. Oh, I fucked again. I love it. Nice. I think I'm not wrong here. Okay, so peak, suck, up, roll, hands and toes. Let's do this again with this new dynamic. Okay, so peak, suck, up, roll, hands and toes. Peak, suck, roll, hands and toes. Peak, suck, peak, suck, peak, suck up. Peak, suck up, roll, hands and toes. Peak, suck up, roll, hands and toes. Yep, cool. Okay. Peak, suck up, roll, hands and toes. Peak, suck, up, roll, up. Peak, suck, up, roll, hands and toes. Hello.
Hello, is it?
Yeah, good, you?
Good. What should I be doing about this heaps?
Okay. Peak, suck, up, roll, hands and feet, hands and toes. Forward. It's just forward. Peak, suck, up, roll, forward.
Do we want to see or do we want to send them to Ryla? She just asked me.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Send them around. I think you.
Okay, I think we have to do that like now, though.
Okay.
Or we have to express it to them.
I don't know. What do you think? Okay, let's talk about it.